Magic Tree House, Book Number 55, Night of the Ninth Dragon, by Mary Pope Osborne. Chapter 7, Run for Your Lives. Oki barked fiercely at the three men on horseback. Oki, quiet, Jack commanded. Tell them your sister and your parents have a disease, said Annie. What? Said Jack. He could barely hear Annie above Oki's barks. Quiet, he said, but the puppy kept barking. I have a terrible disease, Jack, Annie said. Here, take the rings. She pushed them into Jack's hand, and she grabbed his backpack and started digging through it. What are you doing? He asked. I have a disease, Annie said, keeping her head down. What do you mean? Said Jack. Annie said something, but Jack couldn't hear her. Oki barked louder as the riders galloped closer and closer. As they pulled up in front of the car, Jack saw that the men had grimy faces, bristly beards, and knotted hair down to their shoulders. Halt! The biggest man ordered. Jack pulled on the reins to stop the oxen. Oki barked and growled from the cart. Quiet! Jack ordered the puppy. He was gripping the reins so tightly his knuckles were white. The huge rider glared at him small mean eyes. Who are you? He sneered. Oki barked and growled from the cart. I'm Jack and she's my sister, Annie, said Jack. He tried to keep his voice steady. Annie didn't look up. She was still hunched over the backpack. Jack had no idea what she was doing. The rider glanced at the back of the car. Who lies there? He asked. Tell them about our disease, Annie said, keeping her head down. I'm our mother and father. They're sick, said Jack. And my sister, she's sick too. Bad disease, hissed Annie. They'll have a bad disease. Jack had to shout to be heard above Oki's barking. What disease? Growled the rider. I'm sorry. What? Said Jack. What is their bad disease? The man said. Well, it's Jack stammered. Yellow fever! Annie shouted. She threw off her hood and looked up at the man. Run for your lives! Jack nearly fell off the cart. Annie looked terrible. Her face was covered with bright yellow spots. The man pulled back, grunting and growling. They spurred their horses past the cart. The horses broke into gallop, and the thieves thundered away. Well, how rude was that? Said Annie, laughing. What happened to you? Cried Jack, staring at her. Annie held up the yellow marker from Jack's backpack. He used it to color the puppy book. Jack burst out laughing too. Oh man, that was quick thinking. Thank you, said Annie. Jack looked back at the king and the queen. Arthur had slept through the whole incident. Guinevere was sitting up, holding Oki. The puppy was still barking at the fleeing horseman. What happened? The queen asked. Oki was barking so loudly I could not hear. Where did those men go? Annie, save us, your majesty, said Jack. He tricked them. I don't think we'll be seeing them again. What did you do, Annie? Said the queen. Annie turned around angrily. Guinevere cried out in alarm. It's okay, said Annie, laughing. I just marked my face with this. She held up Jack's highlighter. I told them we all had yellow fever. Oh, said Guinevere. I see. Then she started to laugh too. All right, let's get the show back on the road, said Jack. There's a sketch that left his spirits. He shook the reins. Hike! The oxen started forward, and the queen settled back in the car. Jack pulled his notebook out of his pack and handed it to Annie. Read the riddle again, he said. We'll figure it out. Jack read aloud. Moon so bright, minutes more night. Golden what? Curtain of what? Jack broke it. That's probably just a white curtain, right? Like a window curtain inside the house? Maybe, said Annie. Or a curtain in front of a closet? Maybe, said Jack. Keep reading. Annie read more. Hides from sight. Wait, said Jack. Does that mean the curtain hides from sight, so it's a hidden curtain? Maybe, said Annie. Or maybe the curtain is hiding something else. Yes, said Jack. That makes more sense. Keep reading. Annie read on. Magic for a flood. Do you think magic for a flood is what the curtain's hiding? Yes, said Jack again. I bet the robbers hid the gold dragon behind a white curtain. That's it, said Annie. But I wonder where they are, said Jack. Who, the robbers? asked Annie. Yeah, said Jack. If we run into them while we find the place with the curtain, well, we could try the yellow marker trick again, said Annie. But what if it's nighttime? Maybe not, said Annie. Let's just find the white curtain first. Okay, said Jack. Read the last lines. Annie read aloud. Before dawn's light, we'll lose the fight. That means we have to hurry, said Jack. Yep, said Annie. Hurry. Dark clouds covered the sky as the cart creaked and rattled over the weedy path. The air was heavy with impending rain. Jack glanced back at the king and queen. The king was shivering and Guinevere wiped his forehead with a cloud. The queen looked and caught Jack's gaze. He is very weak now, he said, but he never gives up. No matter how great the struggle, his knights never give up. They keep going, without food and rest, through the wind and hail and freezing cold. We do that too, said Jack. We'd never give up, said Jack, said the Indian stranger. Thank you, Jack and Annie, said Guinevere. The oxen pulled the cart past desert farms, thatched huts, and clusters of orchards. As they traveled farther across the countryside, there were fewer and fewer trees. Just before sunset, they came to an open plain that stretched from the base of the mountain. There was no road or path to follow. Your Majesty, could this be the moorlands at the front of Moon's Moor that Cafe told about? Asked Annie. Yes, it could be, said Guinevere. So we keep going, said Jack. Hike! The oxen started across the moorlands, riding over scrubby land towards the mountains. Jack searched for any sign of human settlement. He looked in vain for a hut, a fort, a tent, a lighted window, or chimney smoke. Where will we ever find a white curtain? He wondered. As the sky darkened to dusk, the wind blew harder and a thin drizzle started to fall. Jack pulled off his cloak and held it to the queen. Your Majesty, please give this to King Arthur, he said. Thank you. Guinevere took Jack's cloak and covered it to the sleeping King Oki. Annie pulled her cloak off too. And for you, Your Majesty, she said. No, Annie, you must keep yourself warm, said Guinevere. Please take it, said Annie. I'm fine, really. The queen took the cloak and wrapped it around his shoulders. You children are very kind, she said. No problem, said Jack. Though she was freezing, the drizzle had quickly become a wind-blown rain. Your Majesty, can you tell us about the Age of Avalon? Said Annie. I've never been there, Annie, said Guinevere, but Arthur has. He tells me it has a large island in the vast, hidden lake surrounded by mountains. It is covered with green pastures and groves of apple trees. Apple trees, said Jack, shivering in the gloomy rain. In truth, Avalon means apples, said the queen, but they also have trees of all kinds, as well as flowers, birds, butterflies, and animals, both magical and real. Oki barked. Yes, like you, said the queen, smiling at the puppy. Arthur says that swan pull boats and mermaids swim in the lake. Mermaids? Exclaimed Annie. Really? Yes, Avalon has sunshine and gentle breezes and clear, starry nights all year long, and the air smells like lilac and lavender, said the queen. As she spoke, her words seemed to soothe the elements. The rain clouds passed, the wind died down, the air grew warmer. The nearly full moon was rising over the moorlands, shining brightly in the early evening sky. So it's like heaven, said Jack. Our most beautiful dreams and happiest thoughts came from Avalon, said Guinevere. There are singers and poetry and play acting, dancing and games and running and swimming. I remember when Arthur journeyed there once was a morning. The queen's story was interrupted by a sudden jolt. The cart jerked forward violently, and Jack and Annie were thrown from the bench onto the wet grass.